Good afternoon. I'm Claire Smith. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Daily Texan. Thank you so much for joining us for the Texan Talks. We are joined today by President Greg Fenves. The Texan Talks was started to be an open forum and a space where people could come and hear from figures from around campus about programs that they may not know about. So thank you so much for joining us. This was created to be a respectful dialogue, and we will also have time for an audience Q&A towards the end. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Claire. It's great to be here. And thank you all for coming. I know you're busy with your studies and classes, so I really appreciate you coming out this afternoon.
So President Fenves, what have your first few months in office been like?
Well, I've been in the newspaper a lot more than I thought I wanted to be. So lots of interesting issues working on over the summer, putting my team together. We're doing some recruitments of dean positions and vice presidents. Getting to know the campus, even though I've been at UT for the past 7 years, learning the campus from a new perspective as president. I've been meeting with a lot of the student groups and especially student leadership groups. Getting to know our alumni and supporters for the university around the state and a little bit around the country, but mostly around Texas.
I know that diversity is one of your goals as president, which you laid out in your State of the University address. What steps do you think UT can take to become a more diverse campus?
Well, it is a very important goal for me, and as I talked about in the State of the University address, excellence and diversity go hand in hand. They're mutually reinforcing, and started developing some programs when I was in Provost, which I'll talk about a little bit. But it really is a multifaceted approach to this very important issue. And one of the things that's most important is that we are able to consider diversity and the importance of for education of students at the University of Texas, for all students, that our students are going to graduate, go on to become leaders, and to be leaders, you have to be educated in a diverse environment, and that's what our goal has been at the University of Texas for a number of years. It's a very important issue that we are defending in the U.S. Supreme Court, and just this week we filed our brief in Fisher versus the University of Texas that I think, I hope students have a chance to read that brief. It's a very compelling argument on our behalf about the importance of diversity in education of students and how our use of race and ethnicity as one factor in admissions, the holistic admissions portion of our hybrid process, is done constitutionally, following Supreme Court precedents, and that it's done in a very fair manner.
I want to talk a little bit about campus care.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's been this is a very divisive issue. There's been a groundswell of support here at UT, specifically against the legislation. There have been some inventive protests as well, as some of y'all might know. But I wanted first to know, do you share those concerns of those that are protesting, or even Professor Emeritus Hammermesh that announced his resignation? And as far as the working group goes, what are you looking to get from that?
Well, yes, I do share the concerns. I don't think the campus, a learning environment for any age, whether it's high school, middle school, elementary school, or college campus, I don't think guns of any type are consistent with a healthy learning environment. It's not legislation anymore. It's a bill. It's law, and it was legislation during the spring, which would be the time for people who are supportive and opposed to a bill to speak up and let their voices be heard. But it did pass the legislature. It was signed by the governor. So I, as president of the university, as an officer of the university, I have a responsibility to carry out the law in the best way we can. But it is there are a lot of concerns. And I recognize it's a very emotional issue. It's an emotional issue for me also. And so we put together, under the direction of the Chancellor, a working group. That's what the system wanted to call it. I think it's 19 members, faculty, a number of students, a staff representative, a parent of students, an alumni, including the former Chief Justice of the Texas Supreme Court, to look at the legal policy issues and how much ability we have under the law. It's no longer legislation, under the law, to limit those that have concealed handgun licenses.
Our final question before we turn to the audience question and answer.
President Fenves, do Black Lives Matter to you? We have to address us. We're getting tired, President Fenves. Tuition is going up. Instructors don't look anything like us, President Fenves. Do we matter to you?
Yes, you do matter to me.
Show us then. Give us a date when Robert E. Lee's going to go. Give us a date when the Confederate flags are going to go. Tell us, when do you intend to increase the faculty, the Black faculty who are here?
Well, that's exactly why, on the issue of faculty, that's exactly why we put together this diversity council.
Or committees? You have the power, President Fenves. You have the power to lobby for us, the marginalized, and continuing to be marginalized. You think by increasing tuition you'll have more of us here? We are commodities at this university.
Well, the tuition is let's talk about tuition.
Let's talk about tuition. How are you going to talk to the regents so that they can recant their decision to increase tuition?
Okay.
How are you
So,
going to do that for us?
Excuse me, we meant to have a respectful dialogue with President Fenves with an audience Q&A afterwards, but
There is
unless we're
nothing
able
polite
to
about
maintain
greed.
that tone, we'll have to end the event.
There is nothing polite about greed. We're having a hard time, huh? We're having a hard time. We're 2 days away from more blackface parties. We're 2 days away from more racist things that are going to affect our existence here. But the university.
well, we will deal with any.
We're having a hard time staying here.
We will deal with any issues and incidents of racism. That I will not accept on this campus.
I'm having a hard time existing in this space, and I'm having a hard time listening to you, President Fenves.
Okay.
Thank you. If you would like to answer our final question, we
yes.
can, or we can move to more audience questions.
Okay,
But
sure.
Just to end, I think that we would all like to hear about the academic initiatives and goals that you've set for your presidents.
Okay. Well, one of the most important ones I talked about in my State of University address, and really it started as provost, is how we make sure that every student at UT Austin benefits from an education at a great research university. So some students are involved in undergraduate research. I think that's terrific. We want to make sure that the aspects of experiential learning, possible internships, independent study are really integrated into our undergraduate curriculum.
Well, wonderful, and I think with that we will, I think that we're out of time. I think
Okay, well, thank you for the great questions. And again, thank you all for being here this afternoon. Really appreciate it.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.